Hi, I'm Jeremy Kaplan from PC Magazine, and you're watching What's New Now, your twice-weekly dose of tech news that matters. First up, Windows 7. The internet's been abuzz with talk about this, the forthcoming operating system. The big news came last night from the D, All Things Digital conference, where a Microsoft spokesperson showed off a brand new interface, a multi-touch interface. Multi-touch is a great concept. You probably have seen it in the iPod Touch. It's a convenient way of interacting with things like photos, panning around in maps, manipulating your data. In theory, this is going to be a big part of laptops going forwards. We're still waiting to see what other features show up. Aside from this multi-touch interface, there hasn't been a lot of concrete information that we've learned yet about Windows 7, probably because it's still off in the distance. Still, all of these rumors and all this hype have gotten us pretty darn excited. Come on, Microsoft, you got something cool in the works. Show us what it is. Meanwhile, a new study came out from the CDC talking about cell phone adoption. Apparently, a lot more people are using cell phones than are using landlines. Younger adults were most likely to be living in wireless-only households. About 30% of adults 18 to 24 were in homes only with wireless cell phones. 35% of people 25 to 29 were in these types of households. And apparently, about 37% of people in wireless-only homes were more likely to indulge in binge drinking episodes. Unfortunately, the CDC didn't release any results on the incidence of drunk dialing. Is there a connection between the two? Who knows? In other cell phone news, the CEO of Vodafone unexpectedly resigned the other day after 5 years of helming the company. Based in England, Vodafone is the largest mobile telecommunications network company in the world by sales. They have 260 million customers, which is second only to China Mobile's whopping 370 million customers. They also own 45% of Verizon Wireless, which is the largest cell phone operator in the United States. Vodafone is apparently doing great. Profits are up. They've overcome the small problems they had back in 2006. Heck, they're making tens of billions of dollars. If I was CEO of a company that made tens of billions of dollars, I wouldn't go anywhere. In completely and utterly unrelated news, Samsung announced what gadget guys like me are very, very excited about: a 256 megabyte solid-state drive. The new drive from Samsung features multi-level cell technology, distinct from the single-level cells found in most solid-state drives. The new drive, which is the biggest SSD on the market and the fastest, comes out sometime in the end of 2008. Samsung also has plans to release a 1.8-inch version of this drive, which should be exponentially more expensive. In other news, there's competition at last for the MP3 format. MP3, of course, everyone uses for their music files. What about MT9? Korean computer engineers are introducing the new digital format, which has separate controls for the volume of each musical instrument, such as the guitar, the drum, the bass, and the voice. This makes it an ideal tune for karaoke fans, as well as for musicians. If you're trying to do any sort of mashup thing, you'll appreciate the ability to separate the individual volume tracks. MT9 technology was first conceived by the Electronics and Telecommunications Research Institute and is being shaped into commercial use by a venture company called Audison. Unlike other digital formats, this one lacks DRM. A proprietary format, untested, unsupported, and no DRM? I don't know, it seems like a neat idea, but I bet they're going to encounter some problems. And speaking of DRM, a new company called Red Lasso has encountered some serious problems with content protection. The company sports a very interesting business model. Its website uploads television and radio clips so that bloggers can then take them and post them on their own sites. The company is backed by venture capital dollars, and it was hoping that television networks would make deals to sell ads against the content. On the contrary, the networks actually want Red Lasso to stop. On May 19th, NBC, CBS, Fox, and others sent a cease and desist letter saying that Red Lasso had undertaken to build a business based on the unauthorized syndication of content. It seems like a great technology for bloggers. But if Viacom could pull their videos off of YouTube, and if Napster could get shut down, do these guys really stand a chance? Fingers crossed for the little guy here. And hey, do you remember hypercolor t-shirts? They would change color based on your body temperature? Kind of a weird 80s technology? Well, picture it on your walls. Graphic designer Shi Yuan has brought life to interior design using a new heat-sensitive paint. The wallpaper apparently reacts to heat. Turn your radiator up, and the wallpaper starts to bloom. Another great example was a calendar, where dates slowly fade away as the day turns into nighttime. We're not really sure exactly how this technology works. All we know is it's pretty darn cool. I'm Jeremy Kaplan, and you're watching What's New Now.